Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. So in the previous video you have seen that how continue statement, break statement and go to statement are executable in C. Now today's topic is switch statement. So let's discuss about the switch statement. So first empty file and I will save it in the name switch and .c. You can give any kind of name, but I am just writing switch statement over there. For that reason I am giving the name switch.c. So before including the header file, I just want to give you a task. So here I will just write one multi-line comment. Suppose user want to write one program. What if the user give 1, at that time it will print 1. If the user give 2, at that time it will print 2. If the user give 3, at that time in the output screen there 3 will be printed, and in this way it will go up to 10. If the user give 10, at that time we have to give 10. So to write this program, what should you do? So first of all, include the header file hash include stdio.h and then int main. So here integer we have to return one value and we have to take one number from the user. Here this 1 or 2 or 3, this number we have to take. So here I will take one integer type variable number, then suppose printf, and here I will tell the user enter the number. So in this way I will give the instruction to the user and then scan the value. So scan f and then percentile d and ampersand number. So here I have take the input. Now I will check if number equals to 1, at that time what I will write printf suppose 1. So in this way we have to write else if number equals to 2 printf 2. So in this way it will work. So I just want to give you an instruction that if inside one if statement or inside one for loop or inside one while loop there is only one line of code, at that time this bracket is not necessary. So it will work fine. Suppose I am just compiling this program and run this program. When I will enter 1, at that time 1 is printed. I have just write 16. That means in 16 line I have write just one line of code inside this if statement. So if we write one line of code inside if statement, at that time this bracket is not necessary. So I will just make this bracket omit and compile and run this program. It will work fine. Enter 1 and at that time it will print 1. And if instead of this one line I just want to give more lines, suppose 2 3 5 10 lines, at that time we must have to give this kind of bracket or curly brackets. Now what I should write? So else if number equals to 2, at that time what will print? Printf. Suppose here 2 will be printed, and in this way I will just copy this and then paste over there. Up to 10 times we have to paste, so I am doing it for 5 times. Okay, so I hope you can understand. After 2 we have to write 3, and here I will write suppose 3, and then here we have to write 4, and here for 4, and here for 5 we have to write suppose 5. In this way it will go up to 10. So if we run this program, compile and run, so there is a error. What is the error? Here I have just forgot to give the semicolon over there in those lines. So compile and run it again, enter the number. Suppose the number is 4, at that time 4 is printed. So here what is happening, it is taking more time. So instead of using this if or else statement for writing this code, we can use one switch statement that will be more easy for writing this code, this type of code. So this will not be just for this 5 times, it will be for 10 times, or if the user give up to 20, at that time we have to write it for 20 times. So for that reason we will use switch statement. So inside switch statement what we have to do? So I have just clearing those line, and then we have to write the keyword switch, and after writing this keyword inside this switch statement we have to send a value. Here I will check through this number, so here I will just write number, and after this switch statement I will just write case. When the value of number will be 1, that means case 1, and then inside case 1 I will suppose write printf, and here we will write 1, and then again case 2, at that time printf, and here we have to give 2. So in this way I will copy these 2 lines and will paste it over 5 times for 10 lines. Control V, and Control V. How much? 1, 2. This will be for 3. This will be for 4. This will be for 5, 6, 7, 8. And we have to paste it over one more time and then paste. So there will be 9 and there will be 10. So here we have forgot to give the semicolon. So here semicolon also, here also semicolon, and then here we have to give 3, then here we have to give 4, and then here 5, here 6, here 7, here 8, here 9, and then at the end here 10, suppose. So here inside this switch statement I am sending this number variable, and if the value of number is 1, at that time this statement will be executed, and then all the below statement will be executed. Suppose the value of number is now 5. At that time it will check case 5 and it will print 5, and then all the below line that will also be printed. Suppose if we give number 5, at that time 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, everything will be printed. So for that reason inside switch statement we have to give the keyword break. We have learned about break in the previous video, so here we have to give break after each statement. So here also after each statement I will add break. So break over there in the case 5 also there is break, and in 6 here also break, in 7 here also break, in 8 break, 9 break, 10 also break. So this is the overall structure of a switch statement in C. So if now the value of number is 1, it will just go inside case 1, it will print this 1, and then it will break the switch statement. If the value of number is suppose 5, at that time case 5 will be executed, it will print 5 and then break the switch statement. And at the end after 10, suppose the user entered 12, so at that time it will, what will happen? So we have to use default, that means for other value, suppose I will give an instruction printf wrong input, so this is the structure of switch statement. So if we compile this, no error, run this program, enter the number, suppose 7, now 7 is printed. Now if we again run the code and if it's 10, at that time 10 is printed, and again if we compile and run this code, if we give suppose 15, so it will go in the default block and then wrong input will be printed. So here for your convenience I will just make all the break a comment, so this break statement will not be executed. Then I will show you what is happening. So here also break, and here comment it, and then in the above portion we have to comment out those. So comment in, comment and comment. So now if we compile and run the code, you can see suppose I have entered 4. At that time all the value from 4 to up to the end everything is printed. So if we suppose enter suppose 1, at that time from 1 to everything will be printed. That means it will go in this case 1 block, and then all the other blocks will also be executed. So for that reason we use this break statement. So this is the structure of the switch statement in C. So I hope you can understand the concept of switch statement. So thank you. If you have any problem, you can comment out it.